Fuller takes it. Live from Exeter Lanes in Exeter, New Hampshire, this is Money Match VII, the battle between the five-time defending champions of John Winchell and Brian Fuller Jr. and their most recent challengers, Nate Lees and Josh Daley. Nate and John starting up, as usual, using lanes 4 and 5 here at Exeter. And Winchell drops 9, leaves the 4-pin. Nate, right through the middle, starts out with a 1-5. Johnny just slides by. Uncharacteristic miss there. Good there bid for Nate. They're still falling. He's just the 8. John with a 9 bucks. Nate also with 9. Format here tonight, as usual, 5 strings, winner take all. Each bowler is throwing $500 into the pot, and the proprietor of Exeter Lanes, Rob Vacara, chipped in another 5, so it's $2,500 on the line tonight. John off to the right, leaves the clear left. 1, 2, 4, 7, and 9. Hey, buries there with a strike in the second box. Same object, pin hit, different result, much better result. As Nate gets too full there, excuse me, John just goes too full. Just the 1-9. John looking to clean up. And he does for the 10 bucks. So John Winchell at 19 through 2. Nate 19 plus 2 balls. We're early here. A little full, but breaks it all up. Leaves the 2-4. Nate looking to fill his strike. Just 2 to half Worcester right. That's why you get 2 balls on a strike. Look to bounce back. Winchell looking at the 2-pinner there, and he's got it. First mark of the match for John Winchell as he breaks the ice. Nate, good bid there. 7 fill on the strike. Gets the sure 2 in the corner for a 9 bucks. That puts Nate at 35 through 3. John Winchell 29. 29 in a ball. So early 6-pin lead for the challengers minus this fill. And Winchell with a little splash ball there. Gets the corner to fall. Leaves just the 7 with a nice plank in front. Nate off to the left. It's still falling. And only drops 4. He's got the 4 horsemen right, plus the 7 and the 9 out back. As John covers the room service lead for the spare. 2 in a row for John Winchell. And Nate matches with a beautiful spare of his own. So John Winchell 48 in the ball, Nate Lees 45 in the ball. With 1 box to go in their first halves. A couple of lead changes early on. And John didn't like that one out of his hand, only 4. That puts him at 52. And Nate drops 9. This catches the head pin light enough there on the way by. And he's got the 3 pin with a nice plank in front. Anywhere on that piece of wood will cover it. And John back on the object pin, but that's all he gets. As Nate jumps all over it. Two in a row to finish the first half, and Nate Lees. He sits at 64 in the ball. And John gets 2 on the left for a 7 box. So a disappointing finish to the half for John there. He's at 59.
So just
Are we good? All right, and we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. First, I unintentionally killed the audio from the original microphone. So while we were away, Brian Fuller with a 9 box and Josh Daley with a strike. So Fuller looking at the 1, 2, 7, and 8. And that 8-pin wobbly. I think it was a piece of wood in the middle there that kind of screwed it up. And Daley converts to Caleri. Spare on strike for Josh Daley. And Fuller with the 10 box. He sits at 19 through 2. Bob, hold on to whatever you're going to say. We'll get back to that at the half. As Fuller back on the head pin, drops 6, leaves the diamond on the right. As Daley drops 7, he's got the 3, 7, and 8. Just grazes the head pin. And a little full on the diamond there. Leaves just the 5. Daley trying to go outside there and just slid by the 3 pin. And Fuller right on it for the 10. So he sits at 29 through 3. Daley gets the 9 box, so 46 through 3. And Fuller off to the left there. Kind of lost the, taking him a little bit to get going. He drops 5. He leaves the 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Josh a little full, drops 6. He's got the 2, 4, 7 on the right, 10 on the left. Fuller goes outside, all on the head pin. Takes just the 1 on the 6. And Daley goes low on the wood, and he's got it. The wood bounces back and forth and takes out the 10. What a shot. So Fuller sits at 38 through 4. Daley 56 in a ball. The challenge is out to an early lead. As Fuller's got that diamond on the right again. The 3, 5, 6, and 9. Daley, a little full, leaves the 2-4-6. And Fuller goes right through the middle at the 3 and the 9. Don't think that wood next to the 4 is going to be a factor in this. As he gets just the left side. Fuller chops to just a 6-pin. Good pin in, but not good enough in this case. 47.5 for Fuller. And Daley with a 9 of his own for a 72.5. So the challenge is out to an early 30-pin lead. Justin Scaii alongside the curator of Spread Eagle Productions, Bob Lee, once again. Glad to be here on this beautiful Friday evening, special Friday night edition of the Money Match. Oh, Spread Eagle for Nate.
Speaking of Spread Eagle, I was going to say, Justin, this will be the last of Spread Eagle Productions live television broadcasts, or we will be changing the name.
That is right. That is correct.
That's right. We haven't decided on the new name yet. Thinking about something a little more professional. Some people don't get the joke, or the joke is not a Candlepin joke to them.
Correct.
All right.
All right. So back to the action. So Nate's got the 3-6-10 left on the right side, and he gets it for the 10 box. John looking at the 6-7. He goes over and get the 7-pin. So a 9 for John. He's at 68 through 6. And Nate's at 77. Neither of these bowlers had far to come this evening, unlike the two of us here in the booth. John Winchell from Brentwood, New Hampshire. Nate from Kingston. So Nate's looking at the 5-7. He ricochets the ball off the wood into the 7 beautifully, and he's got it. John looking at just the wide open 10-pin, and he's got it. Never a doubt. So John Winchell, 78 in the ball. Nate Lees, 87 in the ball. All right, Nate off to the right there, drops 6. He's at 93, so he puts him at 93 through 7. John looking to build a little momentum. He's up 7. He's got the triangle on the left there, the 2, 4, and the 5. And piece of wood is completely out of the way. And Nate hits curtain. And John picks up the triangle, 2 in a row. As Nate gets 3 of the 4 there for 9, 102 through 8. So last time John put up 2 in a row, he went 4 fill 7 box. Let's see if he can do a little better this time. Hoping to get a good fill here and cut it down to the 20, down into the 20s. And as I'm looking away, Nate with a strike in the 9th. Half I blame you for that one. As Winchell looking to match. 9 on that one, 104 through 8. Thank you to the 54 viewers we've got here tonight. Usually 55 as one just jumped in there. Just jumped in. Winchell looking for 3 in a row, and he's got it. John's found the range, 114 in the ball in the 9th. Nate Lees 112 plus 2. And Nate a little thin there on the crossover ball. At the 6, 9, and 10, hoping the wood stays right where it is so he'll have a clean shot at it. As Winchell drops 9. That puts him at 123 through 9. He's looking to finish the string with 4 in a row. And Nate, a little full on the triangle there. Couldn't get the friendly bounce. 9 fill on the strike. That puts him at 121 through 9. And, couldn't miss that single by any less. Unfortunate. Nate hits the caps on the wood to convert the back pin. He ends his first string with a 131. And John gets it for the 10 on the second try. So he finishes the string strong with a 133. So he beats his bowler by 2 pins, but Fuller's got a little bit of ground to make up there, as Josh Daley is doing Josh Daley things and starting out red hot. And Daley goes right through the middle, drops 6. He's got the big 4 with some wood. And Fuller, as he jumps over to lane 4, also full. He's got the 4, 5, 7, and 10 with some wood. Ooh, Daley tries to catch the wood in the 4-pin and try to bounce it off the wall, but didn't hit anything there. Fuller with a great bid there, leaves just a 5-pin. Daley covers the left side for an 8-box. Fuller with a 10-box, 57 through 6. Josh Daley, a newcomer to the Money Match series. His partner, Nate Lees, was part of the inaugural Money Match just over a year ago. As he drops 3 on that first ball. Only the two, 4, and 8. Fuller with probably his best first ball of the string. Drops 9, leaves just a 5-pin. Daley goes through the nose on that cluster of 6, leaves just those 2 there on the right and a 7. Fuller misses the single. Daley plucks out just a 3-pin for an 8-box. And Fuller gets the 10, so Josh at 88 through 7. Brian 67 through 7. Bob's got the radar gun early. You won't see this on camera, but Bob's got it pointing at Josh at the moment. Josh with a 44-mile-an-hour fastball. Drops 9, leaves the 9-pin with a plank in front. Fuller's at only 34. That's about his normal range. He drops 8. Daley converts. Spare in the 8th for Josh Daley. Fuller's got the 7 and the 8. Got an angle piece out in front that I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to go above the strike. Not quite high enough. You want to go a little higher on that piece of wood and drive it back into those 2. He gets a 10 bucks. So 77 through 8. Daley sits at 98 through 8 plus a ball. And Daley off to the left, drops 6. He's got the 1, 3, 6, and 10. Fuller drops 9. He leaves the 4-pin. Another crack at a single. And this misses on the outside. Gets the back pin. That one's going to go right into the gutter. And Fuller's reaction says it all. Just clips the 4-pin on the way by with just enough oomph for it to fall. Daley with a 7-box there for 111 in the 9th. Brian hoping that that's a start of something. That was his first mark of the match. He was staring at like a no-mark string in the 90s. And Daley a little thin on the run 3 side. He's a diamond left in the 10-pin. Fuller with a nice ball, drops 8. Leaves the 5-7. And he goes inside there on the diamond, only gets the front 2. Full looking to slice and dice it over, and he's got it. What a shot. As that ball was tailing down there, it looked like it had a chance, and he got it. Daley with a 9 for a 120. Now the challengers will end their first string with a combined score of 251. But despite all that, Goodfield here puts it back into single digits. Fuller drops 9. He ends with a 114, so huge finish for Brian Fuller Jr. with going spare 8, spare 9 in the last 2 boxes to end at 114 for a combined total of 247. So an early 4-pin lead for the challengers there in this one. The challengers got to a lead, got out to an early lead. The champs are saying, not so fast, my friend. As we get ready for string 2. This is affectionately, if the last money match was Maria's versus Lucky, this one is Maria's versus Price's. As you may recall, John Winchell and Brian Fuller Jr. are members of the Maria's Sub World Championship team. Nate Lees is the captain of the Price's Wood Flooring World Championship team, and Josh Daley is one of his teammates. As I say that, Nate right on cue starts a second string off with a strike. Winchell looking at the 4 horsemen, takes just 2. He's got the 1 and the 7. Wait for that wood to settle down. John left looking at the 1 and the 7. And just slides by for an 8. John Winchell, as previously mentioned, lives just a few minutes away, Brentwood, New Hampshire, with a league average of 122, high single of 190, high triple of 467, and a high 5 of 744. As John crosses over, the 5-pin falls last for a strike. As Nate looking to double up, Little Full gets a split to break up. Nate's got the 2 and the 4. A piece just left of the 2-pin, and doesn't need it. Spare on strike for Nate Lees. So he starts off the second with 2 in a row. So he's at 30 in the ball. John Winchell 18 plus 2 balls. Incidentally enough, John Winchell's average in the Money Match series is also a 122. And John doubles up. Double strike for John Winchell. Got a friendly bounce on the splash ball there. And Nate didn't quite get so lucky. And he goes through the middle. Got the 2, 4, 7 on the left, 6 on the right, with a piece of wood in front of the 6 that might help things out a little bit. And he covered just the right side. The wood would have helped if he had cut the 2-pin a little too light, and it could have helped deflect into the 6. So Nate gets the 10. He sits at 46 through 3. John Winchell sitting on a double strike here. He is at 38 plus this ball. 28, so 28 in the box. And off target there, just 4. That puts John at 32 through 2. Nate drops 9, leaves the 4-pin. Piece of wood that gets out of the way into the left gutter. And John was looking there. John looking at the 4 horsemen left plus the 8 and the 10. Just hit that piece of wood in the back there, and that's all he hit. That's all he gets. And Nate with an unfortunate miss there. Oh, John put all 3 balls in the same spot. Disappointing 4-box. So that basically cancels out the double strike. That puts him So John only at 50 through 4, Nate at 56. That's not a momentum swing. I don't know what is. And Winchell a little full there. Leaves a 2-2 split. 3-6 on the right, 4-7 on the left. As Nate drops 7. He's got the 4, 5, and 7. 2 pieces of wood. They'll have a little conference on the mound, so to speak. John covers the right side. So Nate and John, Nate and Josh trying to decide where to play this one. I think the only way you can go on that right piece of wood is if you go over by the cap there on the right. And he's going left, try to bounce it off the wall, and he only gets the left side. Yeah, it looked like he is taking a peek at pin cam. He definitely had enough room there to catch that cap on the right. If that was going to be his decision, which clearly it wasn't. So Nate gets the 10. So another good start there for Nate Lees. He's got a 66 half. John Winchell, 59. So Nate. Yeah. 46. Yep. 46 through 3, 50 through 4. So the lead is 11. So pull it off to the left, dropping 6. Daley through the middle, leaves the 3 and the 7. Fuller's got 1, 3, 6, and 9. A little light there on the head pin. Covers the front 3. Daley's got, shots on just the 3. For a second, it looked like it was going to get something to bounce off the back. That 7 pin stays. Fuller with a 10. Daley with a 9. So the champ Brian Fuller comes to us from Newburyport, Massachusetts. He had a league average this past season at 122 out of Academy Lanes. Also pulls out of Riverwalk in the Friday Pro League. He drops 6 to leave the 4 horsemen on the right side. Josh Daley.
What is Brian's average in the money match, Justin?
He actually went up a pin from last go round. He's averaging 131. His average series is 655. Not too shabby. I'd say he likes this place.
Good ball. It's a tough carry here.
As
Step in.
Josh leaves the front 2 there on the diamond. Fuller checks the 10. Pair of 10s to start for Fuller. He's at 20 through 2. And Daley covers a 2-pinner for a 10 of his own. He's at 19 through 2. Yes, so in the Money Match series, Fuller with a spectacular 131 average. Unconscious. And good first ball there. The 5-pin wobble, but doesn't want to go. He's got the 4, 5, and 7. That last piece of wood goes right into the pit. He's got nothing left to look at. Daley takes out 5 off a thin hit. He's got the Starlight 5 there on the right-hand side. Ooh. Fuller cuts the 4-pin in back of the 5, but he just covers the left side. Daley a little thin there, but he gets the friendly bounce. It was a piece of wood in back to help cover the 9-pin. Fuller with a 9. That puts him at 29 through 3. Josh also at 29, but he's got a fill. So Fuller has a high single of 224, which is the building record at Riverwalk Lanes. That was thrown back in the Lafayette era. With a high triple of 474 and a high 5 of 743. As Fuller drops 9 there. And Fuller gets that single. He gets the 10-pin for a spare. Josh has the 2, 3, 6, 10. And doinks out just the 3. Be surprised if he doesn't go for the 2 in the corner here. And that's where he was going, but he doesn't get anything. So a 7 box for Josh. He's at 42 through 4. Brian Fuller, 39 on the ball. Special shout out to Keith Beaupre, who has the Riverwalk high single of 194, as that is the highest that has been thrown in the building since Riverwalk Lanes established back in 2013. As Fuller chops out the half Worcester. He's got half Worcester left for a 2 fill. And goes for the ball and goes right in the hole. Josh with the 3, 4, 6, and 10. A frozen piece on the 3. And he's got it. All set up for him. That was the spot to hit. So Josh ends the half, 52 on the ball. And Fuller with an 8 box. He's at 49 at the half. So the lead at the moment for the challengers is 14 pins.
Yeah, I was going to just say what you're talking about the averages. Josh Daley recently competed with the high average for the mixed worlds a couple weeks ago to go on top of his U.S. Invitational high average from last November.
That is correct. He doubled up. He averaged 126 for the weekend at Academy Lanes a few weeks back. I believe that was a pin more than what he averaged at Lita back in November. I think he was 125 back at Lita. That sounds about right. No, that's just during the qualifying. As Winchell starts off the second half with a strike. Nate drops 9, leaves just the 3 pin. And he's got it right in the face. 76 in the ball for Nate. Yeah, for the World/US Invitationals, the official averages are only for the round robin. The playoffs don't count.
Didn't include his, what was that, a 4.7, the 4.
Did not include his 478 that he threw in the semifinals, which I am very happy that I witnessed. I believe he threw his 185 high single that day too. He threw 2 in the 180s He threw 2 in the 180s if I remember correctly.
Watching that one out of the corner of my eye while I was calling the game next to it.
Right. You and Paul were doing the other match. So Nate drops 9. He's got the 8. 1 piece of wood on the 8 pin. 1 angle piece out in front. John drops 3 on his first ball. Nate's going to play the front wood, and he's got it. Slid that piece of wood right back into the back one for the spare. John recovers for an 8 fill on the strike. That'll put him at 77 through 6. Nate's at 95 on a ball. John goes for the sure pin in the corner for a 9 box. He's at 86. As previously mentioned, Nate Lees comes to us from next town over, Kingston, New Hampshire. Had a 117 league average this year. He was a captain of the Academy 1 team in the Friday Pro League. So he dropped 7 right there. He has a high single of 189, high triple 464, and a high 5 of 697. Couldn't quite get that 700. As Winchell with a strike. 2 strikes and 3 boxes for John Winchell. As Nate with a spare. 3 marks in a row for Nate Lees. I don't know if you heard John Winchell there, but he said he feels like Charlie Collins after that one.
Next to him on that one. Lane 9 is turning up wonders over at Millis.
Oh yeah, Charlie subbed in your league Tuesday night. I hear he had a pretty good night.
He hadn't bowled in over a month.
Yikes.
Just talked to Joey Lister too. He just took a big break. It's paying off for some guys taking the summer light.
Yeah, I'm hoping he'll do the same for me. I haven't thrown a ball since Mixed Worlds, and I don't plan on doing so anytime soon. So Nate drops 5 at his first ball. That puts him at 117 through 8, as that was on a fill. John drops 6 on his first ball on the strike. And he's got it! Nate with a check mark in the 7 pin. He had the piece of wood there on the 5. Perfectly set up and goes over. Along with, the 3 pin. 4 marks in a row for Nate Lees. And perfect on top of it. He has not left a pin standing in this string. And oh, Winchell let that one get away. A stiff, disappointing 6 fill there, 102 through 8. As he looks to clean up. And he does, gets it on the second try. So John sits at 112 through 9. Nate's at 127 and a ball. We're going to get this lead up around 30 pins. And off to the right leaves almost had there's a 4 horsemen on the left. 1, 2, 4, and 7. And John bounces back with a nice pocket hit. Not so nice of a leave. He's got the 8 and the 10. 1 piece out in front, 2 over by the 8. Nate goes outside, takes out just the 1 on the 7. I think your best shot here is to go for the hole over by the 8 pin. That's where he's going. And he hit just the cap there on the 8. Nate carries a 2-pinner for a 10 bucks. So he ends the second string with a 143 and a perfect game on top of it. John with a 10 for a 122. So John sits at 255 through 2. Nate's sitting at 274. So 28 pin lead for the challengers plus whatever Josh gets on this fill. Daley a little full there, gets the kind bounce there, breaks up the split. Leaves just the 2-4-7. And
There you go, Bry.
Full looking to get some late love there. Drops 9 low, leaves just the 3-pin. And Daley goes a little too far left, gets just the 7. And Fuller drives that cat right into the 3-pin. He starts out the second half of the spare. And Daley gets just the front one there for a 9. So he's at 68 through 6. Fuller at 69 on the ball. Looking to cut the deficit back into the 20s. Did I say 69? I meant 59. Okay. Fuller at 59 on the ball. He's hoping to get it to 69. Daley drops 8. Advantage of that nice powerful ball. Gets a split to break up. Fuller misses left. Almost got a backdoor strike as the 3-pin falls straight down next to the head pin. Josh dropped it. Still looking at the 6 and the 10. Fuller takes advantage. 2 in a row. And Daley gets it on the second try for the 10 bucks. So Josh sits at 78 through 7. Brian also at 78 through 7, but he's got a fill ball. We got another momentum swing here. The lead is 25. And Josh off to the left, leaves the 1, 3, 6, and 10. As Fuller drops 8, he leaves the 4 and the 7. Not the greatest piece of wood out in front. He's got to pick an end. I think he's going to go left at the close to the 7 pin, and he's got it. 3 marks in a row for Brian Fuller Jr. Decided to start his mark string a little bit earlier this time. Daley looking at the 3, 6, 10, and he covers it. So 10 bucks there, puts him at 80, puts him at 88 through 8. Brian Fuller 96 in a ball. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. You missed the fill. See, off to the left again. He's been on that 2-pin a little bit. At the 4 horseman right again. Fuller crosses over, drops 7. Got that triangle there on the right, the 2, 4, 5. And Daley off to the right there. Takes out just the middle 2 of the horsemen. He's got the 1 and the 10 left. And Oh, Fuller a little too light on the triangle. Cuts the 2 in front of the 5. That's like me shooting the 4-8 typically. So Daley with an 8 there. Fuller with a 9. So Fuller sits at 112 through 9. Daley, for disappointing 96, well under his 121 league average. And as you see on the screen, Fuller's little run there has cut the lead down to 9. Daley back on the head pin there, drops 7. And Fuller off to the right, he drops 6. Daley looking at the 6, 9, and 10, drops it again. Just takes the 9 pin. Fuller looking at the 1, 2, 7, and 9. Oh, everything but the 9 pin. Oh, probably a little fuller than he wanted. Daley gets us the 10 pin for a 9 box. Fuller with a 9 of his own. So Brian Fuller ends the second string at 121. Josh Daley 105. So at the end of 2, the challengers of Nate Lees and Josh Daley hold a 9-pin lead over the champs, 499 to 490. No 102-pin comebacks are going to be necessary in this one. And it looks like we got ourselves a close one. If you're just joining us, thank you to the 77 viewers on the live stream here tonight. Justin Scaii alongside Bob Lee as usual. Bob, nice of you to be able to get the live stream set up this time.
Yeah, thanks. A few of us had to leave work a little early.
Fair enough.
Picking it up, though. You came in just 3 or 4 minutes before the first ball, and you got right up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I work until 5:30, so I hit a little bit of traffic on the way up. And I'm not exactly close. As Winchell, shooting at the check mark there on the right side, cuts the 3 in front of the 5. Daley's looking at the 6 pin. Excuse me, Nate's looking at the 6 pin, and he's got it. As John with a 10. And those of you who listen to me call these things long enough, I definitely get the names mixed up from time to time. And John a little thin on that crossover ball. Leaves a 3-7. The 3's wobbling, but it's not going to fall. He's got 2 pieces of wood on the deck. And Nate crosses over himself. Leaves a 6-10. Piece of wood out in front. John's going to try to shoot that 3, cut the 3 pin over. And that's all he gets. This piece of wood to the left will help him make the shot if he happens to catch it on the tip. But he doesn't. 2 in a row for Nate Lees. Good focus there by Nate Lees to be able to get the ball by there and with that wood out in front. You know, John can't get the 7 pin to fall on his hit, so that's another 9. 19 through 2. Nate Lees 28 in the ball. As John with a splash ball, and he's got it. 7. That splash was pretty fast. 7, the last to go. Nate drops 5. He's got the Cleary left. With a nice piece of wood frozen there on the 1-2. And he's got it. The wood set up perfectly. The shot went like one as he split those front 2. 43 in the ball for Nate Lees. John Winchell 29 plus 2. Lead up to 23 here early in string 3. As John just gets by. Drop 6, leaves the 4 horseman on the left. Nate misses on the left. Nate misses on the left side. Now he's got the Cleary right this time, but no wood. John with another ball on his strike, looking to get 2 in a row. And he does. 2 in a row for John Winchell. The 7-pin falls late. And Nate looking to make the Cleary for the second straight box. He only carries the horseman, leaves the 8-pin. And clips that one for the 10 bucks. So Nate sits at 58 through 8. Excuse me, 58 through 4. Jesus, he better not be 58 through 8. And crazy 8s on his scoreboard. 3 of the 4 boxes ended in an 8. John Winchell 49 plus this fill. And John drops 7. And that's what it'll be. That puts him at 56 through 4. That cuts the overall lead down to 11. And Nate crosses over. Leaves the 3, 5, and a 6. I suspect John's going to try to cut this over. And went a little too far right. Looked like he jerked his wrist a little bit based on his reaction. As Nate ends the half with another spare. 4 marks and 5 boxes for Nate Lees. He has come to play tonight. And Winchell ends the half. He's at 65. So the challengers add another 3 pins to the lead. But the lead is 12.
Lees at 342 in a ball at the half.
Not too shabby. Most of us would be happy with that for 3 strings. Then Fuller off into the left corner. There only takes 3. As Daley drops left. He's got the 1-3 and the 1-3 and the 10. Piece of wooden back. Fuller bounces back. Gets everything but the 10. And Daley gets by the head pin, and that's all he leaves. That's Fuller with a 10, so that puts him at, I'm looking at the wrong score there. No, both bowlers start with 10s.
Safe to say the halftime score is going to be above 600 for both teams.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way.
How does that fit with the? You've been looking at the historical matches. There've been a lot. The winners always had 1,200.
Yeah, there has. Yeah, all the winners have been over 12, and now even the losing score for the losing scores are starting to come up too. The last 2 were both in the 1,200s and like hot, and like the last one like high in the 1,200s.
So it might take a 1,300 to go.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen at some point in one of these. As Fuller with a 9, so he's at 19 through 2. Daley also with a 9, so they're both at 19s. Last go around was a bit of a record setter. Winchell and Fuller combined for 1297 2 months ago, so they came pretty damn close to 300. Darn close, excuse me.
Still okay for Spread Eagle. Candlepin Bowling Network, that won't be accepted.
Yeah. Touche, Bob, touche. As Fuller leaves just the head pin up. Daley converts his 2-pinner for the spare. He sits at 29 in the ball. Fuller with a 9 box. He's at 28. He's at 28 through 3. Yeah, the hot. It looks like my record sheet that I have here. I was a quick cut and paste. I had a couple things mixed up, but Freshie and Barber threw 1260 last time in a losing effort. Fuller drops 8, leaves a 6-10.
In that match, they had a 102-pin lead at the half, which we're coming up on here.
That is correct. Fuller with a spare on the 4th. Daley drops 7 on his spare, and he picks up the 3-6-10, 2 in a row. So Daley sits at 46 in a ball in the 4th. Fuller 38 in a ball. So the lead in the match is 20. And Fuller misses left. He's got the 4 horsemen right, the 8 and the 9. Disappointing for Phil. And better than you would expect off that hit. But he drops 6. He leaves the 5, 8, 9, and 10. Fuller goes outside on the head pin there. A little full, leaves just the 6 and the 10. As, Daley trying to cut the 5 over, just slides by. As Fuller with the 10, so he ends his half at 52. First halves have not been his friends so far tonight. And Josh with an 8, so he's at 60 at the half, so halfway through this one, the lead is 20. 627 to 607 in favor of the challengers, Nate Lees and Josh Daley. But Nate has a fill here. So that lead is going to increase. To say we're going to have ourselves a match all the way through here. Neither side wants to really pull away. Nate starts the second half with a 9 drop. So that closes out his first half with 77. He's got the 7 pin with a piece of wood that is flat up against the lip. John misses left, drops 3. He's in no man's land as the wood spins just to the right of the 7 pin. Probably the only spot on that wood that you could not put it. And John almost takes advantage of a good hit, leaves everything but the 10 pin. And Nate with a 10. That puts him at 87 through 6. And Winchell with a 10. That puts him at 75 through 6. The lead is currently at 29. So and Nate drops 8 on that 36-mile-an-hour pitch. Leaves the 5-8 with a couple nice pieces of wood there. And, looked like John was going to have the half Worcester there. It gets the other 2 in the corner to carry. Nate, also the same speed there, 36 miles an hour. Nate can pretty much hit the 5 pin anywhere, and he's got it. Another spare for Nate Lees. John Winchell looking at that cluster of 6 there on the left with a piece of wood behind the 5. It is not touching, as you can see on the pin cam. He would have liked that wood to touch. So he leaves just the head pin. If that wood was touching, it would have increased the odds of the 5 pin carry, and if he hit that front a little light. So he gets the 10 box there, 85 through 7. And Nate's at 97 on the ball. So the lead's going to get back up into the 30s. As Nate with a beautiful ball there, drops 9. Leaves just the 4 pin. That puts the lead at 38. And Winchell off to the right, leaves 6. Got the 4 horsemen left with a very friendly piece of wood there between the 4 and the 7. And Nate gets by the 4-pin. John with an opportunity here to get that hit back. And oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, just a little bit too full. Too full for the wood to save him. Oh, Nate gets the 10. He's at 116 through 8. And John with a 10 of his own there. That puts him at 95 through 8. So as you can see there, Nate only needs 10 pins in his last two boxes for a 400 series. Oh, triple. So he crosses over, goes a little thin. He's got the 5, 7, 9, and 10. John off to the left. He also drops, nope, he drops 7. The 7 pin falls late. He's got the 1, 3, and 6. Well, let's see. I'm not sure where to go. He's trying to go low. Looks like he hit it just below the red line. And gets everything but the 10 pin. And John picks his up for the spare. The 1, 3, and the 6. Nate with a 10, 126 through 9. And John's sitting at 105 on a ball. And Nate catches a break off the 6-10 pocket. Leaves a left angle check mark, but out in front, the 1, 2, 3, and the 4. John misses the head pin, drops 4. Unfortunately, that was a fill. He's at 109 through 9. And Nate, a little too light. Only gets the front 2. A little thin there on that cluster. Left just the 5 pin. That would be a case where if there was a piece of wood frozen on the 5, that more than likely would have tripped it. As Nate covers the 2-pinner for the 10 box for a 136. He sits at 410 after 3. And
games in a row.
That is correct. I did not notice that. You were right, Bob.
I have never. That's the first time I've seen that.
I've only heard of it happening one other time. I believe Jonathan Boudreau, like a few years ago. I forget when it was. I think he went like more than 2. Like I think he went like, I don't know, like it was like 22 to 25 straight. Perfect. And that was at CPL. You know you're bowling well when you don't leave anything standing. So Daley drops left. Got the 4 horsemen right with the 7 and 8. Somehow takes just the front 3. Full looking at the spread eagle. Carries the right side. Oh, nice 10 for Daley. Ball deflects off the wood. Knocks out of the piece over to the 10. Fuller with a 9, so he sits at 61 through 6. Daley at 70. Speaking of the aforementioned Jonathan Boudreau, once the string is over, I got a list of upcoming opponents in the Money Match series. The next 2 are definites, and the other 2 I'm going to mention will be upcoming, and just the order has not been determined. So Daley off to the right. Only takes out the 2, 5, and 8. And puts that second ball back in that same spot. Fuller with a side saddle triangle there of the 3, 6, and 9. Almost steals it. Gets the back one. And Josh with a 7 box. Fuller with a 10. So Fuller sits at 71 through 7. Daley at 77. Fuller has chopped 2 pins off the lead in these 2 boxes, but the lead is still 32. Manageable. You know, one thing, the challengers are not going to go down without a fight. They did not win 5 in a row for nothing. As Daley off to the left, he's got the clearing on the right. With a nice plank on the 8. And Fuller gets the pins to carry this time. Leaves just the 10 pin. And Daley clips just the head pin on the way by the horseman and gets the 8 as well. And Fuller covers the spare. Spare in the 8th for Fuller. Daley goes down low and gets the 3 that way. It could have gone on either end. So Brian Fuller 81 on the ball. Josh Daley 80 at 87 through 8. Good fill ball here. We'll get this back into the 20s. With 2 boxes to go here in the 3rd string. As Daley with in the foundation box with a strike in the 9th. As Fuller drops 6, he's got the 1, 3, 8, and 10 with a piece of wood resting right up on the 10. Basically got to shoot it like that. Like the 10 pin isn't there. And he gets everything but the 10. And he gets it for the 10 bucks. So a 97 through 9 for Fuller. Daley at 97 plus 2. This has not been Brian Fuller Jr.'s night to this point. As Daley tries to double up, but he goes through the middle. Got the 2, 3, 6, 10. And Fuller bounces back with a 7 drop. Nice piece of wood frozen right up there on the 6, 9. Ooh, Daley only covers the 2 there. I think is kind of a weird mix there. And Fuller takes advantage and sweeps it right in. 107 on the ball. 2 marks in his last 3 boxes for Brian Fuller Jr. As Josh with a nice 10 bucks. He ends the 3rd at 115 for a 3-string total of 340. Just under his 121 league average from this past season. And Fuller drops 6. He ends the string at 113. He has just an uncharacteristic 3-string total of 348. So, through 3 of 5, the challengers, Nate Lees and Josh Daley, with a 28-pin lead, 750 to 722. As they have added 19 pins to the lead going into this 4th string. We're just joining us, Justin Scaii alongside Bob Lee. Bob handing the graphics and the cameras for us as usual. And Winchell starts off the 4th with a 9 drop, leaves just the 10 pin. As Nate goes through the middle, leaves a 2 and 2 split. The 2, 4, 6, and 10. And Winchell just gets by. And Nate chops out just the 2 pin. With the way John's ball breaks, that is his strong side. When it comes to making single pins, an uncharacteristic miss. So John with a 9 box, Nate with an 8. I think all 4 of these bowlers have a slight backup ball. It's a left to right spin for the right-handers, right to left for the lefties. And Winchell with the splash ball. He's got the 4 and the 9. He's hoping that piece of wood to get out of the way. And it does. Nate's got a 2 and 1 split, a 3, 4, and 6. That piece of wood on the 9 will help him make it if he puts it in the right spot. I'm not sure about the ball. I'm not sure about the ball. Oh! Thank you very much, says John Winchell. Not quite how you draw it up, but he makes it. Maybe that's the break he's looking for. So Nate with an 8 box, so a pair of 8s to start as the perfect streak ends at 20. Or could be more depending on how the first string ended. That we'll have to go back and look after this is over. Or at least I will. So John sits at 19 in a ball. So John drops 7 on the fill. He's at 26 through 2. He's got the 1, 2, and the 10. And Nate crosses over on the 1, 2. Leaves the diamond on the right, the 3, 5, 6, and 10. And, oh, John grazes the head pin, and that's all he gets. And Nate a little light there on the diamond. We've seen that a few times tonight on that shot. Still has 2 left. Here comes the cavalry, and he's got it. So John and Nate with matching 10s there. Now John's chopped 10 off the lead. With 2, as these guys both have 2 boxes left. So John off to the left. He's got the 4 horseman right and the 7. I do not like where that piece of wood is. And Nate drops 7, leaves a 2, 4, 5. He is gonna... I don't think he can split the front 2. I think he has to hit the head pin full. And yes, it was frozen. Somehow the 10 pin stays. And Nate cuts the 2 pin in front of the 5 again. Oh. I don't know if John was afraid of that wood or not in the gutter, but he gets the 9. But he gets a 9 box. Nate just slides by with a 9 of his own. So no change in the spread. Nate at 35, he's fallen off a little bit here. John at 45 through 4. And Winchell with a beautiful ball. He drops 9. He's got an angled piece of wood there in front of the 7 that looks like it's going to get out of the way. He's hoping for it to. And Nate a little full. He leaves the 2, 4, and 10. A few pieces of wood around. That should help knock something over into the 10. And John covers the 7 pin for this. Covers the 7 pin for the spare. And Nate misses the front one, carries the back 2. I don't know if you heard John Winchell there. Apparently he's more of a sure thing hitting the 7 pin than the 10 pin. So the 7 pin's basically sounds like it's just about automatic for him. So Nate with a 9 there, 44 at the half. John Winchell 55 plus a ball. So the lead is down to 18. Fuller hoping to pick up where he left off at the end of last game. As Fuller drops 7, he's got the 5, 6, and 10. They got that angled piece of wood off to the left there. Yep. Believe he's gonna play that wood and try to sweep it over. Daley's got the 3, 5, and 9. A little too high. As Josh just gets the front 2. Fuller with a 10.
Come on, right back. Same first ball.
And Daley with a 9. So
Go here.
the champs pick up another pin. So the winner of this match will face, while both these bowlers are newcomers to the original Money Match series. One of them is no stranger to us. The next opponents will be Amanda Carroll and Jeff Surrett. We are going mixed. As you may recall, the Amanda Carroll was part of the initial women's money match. And Fuller with a spare. He picks up the 5-pin for a spare in the second. Daley looking at the 3-6. And, ooh. Did he go in the hole, pup?
Between them.
Right between them? Yeah, I was blocked out. I couldn't see him. And he gets by for the $9. So Josh at 18 through 2, Fuller at 20 and a ball. Yes, as you may recall, Amanda and her partner Shannon Scribber, unfortunately for them, lost their match to Maddie Kelly and Mario Johnson. Ooh. That series is on hold for the time being. So Fuller drops 5. He's got the Starlight 5 on the left there. 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Gets just 3. Daley with the clipped wing eagle, missing just the 7-pin. Gets the right side.
Nice job, bud.
Fuller with a 10. And Daley also with a 10. So Fuller's sitting at 35 through 3. Josh at 28. So after Amanda and Jeff, next in line, Keith Beaupre and Mark Ritchie. That is interesting. I never thought Mark to be the money match type, but I guess I was wrong. So Fuller drops 8. He's got the 5 and the 10. Chops out just the 5. And Daley gets the right side there on his. Leaves just the 4 and the 7. Fuller with the 10. That puts him at 45 through 4. Daley with a 9. 37 through 4. The champs knock another pin off. We are down to 10. Yeah, so Amanda and Jeff, I would imagine, will be in September, and then Keith and Mark in the November-December time frame. As many of you know, Rob is looking to run these pretty much every other month. Fuller drops 4. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 9. And he takes out just the 1, 9. And Daley's got the 3 there on the right with a couple pieces of wood. 2, 4, 7 on the left. I think he's going to play the wood and try to bounce it over. And the ball just slips by the 10-pin side. And oh boy. Fuller ends a half with a disappointing 6 box. Daley gets the 3 on the left side to get 3 pins right back. So he's at 46 at the half. Fuller at 51. So the lead is 13. We do have ourselves a match here. So yes, again, the winner of this match will face the team of Amanda Carroll and Jeff Surrett, followed by Keith Beaupre and Mark Ritchie. As far as after that goes, the order of teams is not confirmed. When I spoke with Rob Pakawa earlier this week, the he didn't have the confirmation of when exactly the order was going to be, but there are two other teams that are already in line that will show up at some point in 2023. That will be the aforementioned Jonathan Boudreau and Brian Kroll. And then Freshie and Barber are going to get back in as well. So we'll see them. So we will see them again.
It's amazing. This started just a year ago, and it's really becoming one of the things you look forward to the most. Kind of like the Worlds of the Mix for me.
Yeah.
These productions together, it's just been.
And
I hope it's good television. It's a dream for me to be in.
And John drops 7 there. That 7 pin doesn't want to fall. He's got the 1, 3, and 10. Nate's got four horsemen left. And he gets everything but the 4 pin. With John's 7 fill, as you can see, the lead is down to 6. And John with makes the 1-7 the unconventional way, but leaves the 3 for a 9 box. Oh, excuse me, that was the second ball. So Nate with a 10. And John also with a 10. But John sits at 72 through 6. Nate at 54. The lead is 6. As Nate with a strike. Nate Lees with his first mark of the string. That's the Nate Lees we saw from the first 3 strings. As John looking to match, he drops 7. John looking at the 1, 2, and the 4. And he runs it down. Spare in the 7th for Winchell. And Nate looking to double up. A little light, but he dropped 7. He's got the 2, 4, 7. And John, looked like he was going to have the spread eagle, but he gets it to break up, and it's still going. And turns a spread eagle into the 4-7. Nate carries his for the spare, 2 marks in a row. That puts him at 84 in a ball. John needs to go right at the 4 pin. Anything on the left side of that stripe is good. He's got it. So John with 2 in a row of his own. He's at 100 plus the ball. Nate's at 74 through 7. And Nate looking for 3 in a row. Drops 8 on the fill. So that puts him at 92 through 8. And John drops 6 with a 2 and 2 split. 2, 4, 6, and 10. He's at 106 through 8. After the fills, the lead is now 9. Nate with the friendly bounce. Nate took the words right out of my mouth. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but that was a very Lanes and Games-esque bounce. The 3 pin went up, came down, and got the 6. As John carries the left side. And a 9 box. So John with 115 through 9. I try to say that to Nate when he walks off the lane. I was literally about to say that. That's exactly that. For those of you that remember that house, that's exactly what that was. And Nate with a beautiful ball gets the back pins to break up. He's got just a 5-pin with a plank in front. It looked like he was going to have the 4, 5, 7, and 10, but he does not. John off to the left. He's got the 1, 7, 8, and 10. Got some wood off to the right. And Nate with his picks up his room service leaf. So he sits at 121 on a ball as he ends the string with 4 marks in a row. That's more like the Nate Lees we were seeing to start the night. And John off to the right. John's got the 1, 7, and 8 left to look at. As John leaves 2, but somehow leaves the 7-pin. So he ends the 4th string with a 124. He's got a 4-string total of 498. Nate's sitting at 121 on a ball. And as we say in the business, that is a good spot to leave that one. So he ends the string with a $127 for a 4-string total of 537. He's bowling like Brian Fuller Jr. usually does in these things. 537 divided by 4, that is 1. I believe so. As Daley drops 7, 2, 4, and 6.
Come on,
Fuller
hey.
gets
There
the
you go, Brian.
5-pin to drop. Leaves just the 10-pin.
Oh, you kid.
And Daley just slides by. And
Hit the 10.
Fuller misses the single. Even with that little guide over there. Matching
First pitch. Come on, same first pitch.
matching 9 boxes. The lead is 26.
Come on. We've only missed a couple of those tonight. Not a big deal. Get the next one.
By my rough math, 537, that's a 134. That is a 134 average. Not too shabby. 134 average through 4 strings. As both bowlers here drop 6. Josh with the 3, 4, 6, and 7. And just gets the 6. Full looking at the 2, 7, 9, and 10. Carries everything but the 7. And 9 for Josh, 10 for Brian. So Fuller's at 70. Daley's 64. 25 pins. Still lots of time. That's a 3-mark spread. As Daley off to the right, he drops 6. Use the 1, 2, 8, and 10. Fuller goes through the middle.
Make the easy one here.
Leaves the 2, 4, 6, and 7. Ooh. Josh gets by the head pin and leaves just that to shoot at.
Nice ball right there.
Fuller
Nice
carries the
ball.
left side.
Need a pin.
So Daley misses head pin for a 9. Fuller with a 10, so he picks up another one.
Come on the last 2.
Fuller at 80 through 8. Josh sitting at 73 through 8 with no marks in this string. As Daley drops 7. Leaves the 3, 5, 9. And Fuller off to the right with the 1, 2, 4. And the frozen wood did not help him at all. That just knocked everything right around the 9-pin. And Fuller jumps on and gets the friendly bounce off the wall. Big spare in the 9th for Brian Fuller Jr. as Daley gets the 10. So Daley sits at 83 on a ball. Fuller 90 plus. Fuller with a big fill here can knock this down into the teens. And Daley off to the right, leaves the 4 horsemen left in the 10-pin. Fuller gets a break there off the 2-pin hit. It's a 5, 95 through 9. Daley 4 horsemen left in the 10. And oh, what a bid. Oh, it's outside on the head pin. Leaves everything but the 7. Fuller 4 horsemen right and the 9-pin. And the 6 falls just in front of the 10. Daley with a 9. So he ends this 4-string with a no mark 92. Fuller with a 10, 105 for him. So Daley with a 4-string total of 432. Brian Fuller 453. So after 4, we have ourselves a match. The challengers with an 18-pin lead, 969 to 951. 219. So the champs knocked 10 pins off the lead as we make the turn for home. If you're just joining us, we are live from Exeter Lanes. Justin Scaii, along the curator of Spread Eagle Productions, Bob Lee. Thank you to the 87 viewers we have watching this match on a beautiful Friday night. A special Friday edition, as this was the only date that worked on the schedule this month for the 4 bowlers. And for us in the production booth. As John off to the right drops 7. He's got the 1, 2, and the 10. And Nate with a little splash ball. He's got the 6, 7, and 10. I like that better if that piece that's moving stays out of the way. John shot just the head pin. If I were Nate, I would go right at the 6-pin. And it sounds like that's where he's going to go, based on his conversation with Josh, and try to send it over. He doesn't go all the way over, and he makes it.
Nice shot up there. Great job.
Puts it on the stripe, but gets something to deflect over for the spare. And John with an 8. And the scoreboard is back. So Nate with a spectacular pickup here to start the 5th. And that's not going to help there for John. He drops 4. He's got 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 9. I believe this is Dave Chestico's favorite leaf. Nate drops 6, leaves the 4 horsemen right. And John carries the right side, a little too full to carry the left side. Nate staring at 4 horsemen right. Goes outside and leaves the 10. John's going to want to go up on the wood there. Yeah. You want to be on the stripe and deflect the ball in, but he only gets the front one. So 9 for Winchell. And Lees with a 10. So Nate's at 26 through 2. John at 17. The lead is 27. Thanks for confirming, Dave, and thanks for watching. That is correct. Dave did call Money Match 2. Oh. Nate drops. Winchell drops 9, leaves the 7. Nate chops out the 4. And John uses the wood as a guide and gets a spare. Nate back on the head pin. Leaves 4 up. And gets 2 for an 8, so Nate's at 34 through 3. Yes, as some of you may recall, I occupied this seat due to Dave Chestakove not being able to make it the day of Money Match 3, and well, as you say, the rest is history. No, I am not giving this seat up. I love calling these matches, especially where you will never ever see me throw $500 in for a match. A little too rich for me. And so Winchell leaves a Starlight 5 on the left. Nate has that plus the head pin. And John grabs only 2 there. And Nate tries to get on the outside and doesn't get anything. And John carries 2 for the 9. And Nate with a disappointing 6 box, so a 40 through 4. John, and let's see, 9. And yeah, and John with a 10-pin turnaround the last 2 boxes. He drops 6, leaves the 1, 3, 6, and 9. And Nate trying to end the first half on a good note. He drops 9, leaves the 7-pin. And John a little full, can't quite get the friendly bounce. $94 viewers right now, Bob. Unbelievable. As Nate picks his single for the spare in the 5th. That's a big spare there for Nate in the 5th. John with a 10. He sits at 5th. Oh. I must have missed something. So I'm guessing he lost something in the gutter because that was a 9 box. Yeah, it was a 9. Must have missed it when I was looking at the iPad. So Nate would. So they're both at 50. Sorry. No, they're both at 50. Yes. Nate's 50 and a ball. John's at 50. Wow. Very unlucky leave there for Josh. Looking at the 7-8 with no wood. Fuller's got the big 4 left with a piece of wood. Gets just a 6-pin. And Josh with an 8, a couple disappointing boxes, both of them, but the challenge is gain a pin. So Fuller with a 7, Daley with an 8. And Fuller with a splash ball. He drops 7 and leaves the 6, 7, and 8. Oh, I want to see. No. Daley also goes through the middle. He's got the 4, 6, and 10. No. Chestakove, I may have to take you up on that offer. And he's got it! What a shot. Fuller gets the 10, but Josh with a spectacular shot. That was the 4-6-10. That was the 4-6-10. And the Fuller ball is not working tonight. Another split. The spread eagle minus the 2-pin. And Daley with the half Worcester, left side. And Fuller trying to cut it over everything but the 4-pin. And good bid there by Josh, but he leaves the 4-5. So, Fuller with a 9. Daley with a 9 of his own, so no change in the spread. Yep, the lead is 21. Could this be the night the champs fall? They got one for the thumb last time around. Will they start the second hand, or will the challengers take this one? Fuller's got the diamond on the right. Again, just takes the front 2. And Daley with at 4 and 2 takes out just the head pin. And Fuller with a 9. And Daley only gets 2 for a 7. So not the highest scoring of games, but despite all that, Fuller just chopped another 2 pins off the lead. The lead is 19. Nice. So Fuller with the 4 horsemen left. And Daley also dropped 6, but he's got a split. 3-6 on the right, 4-7 on the left. As Fuller yanks it off to the left, leaves just the head pin. That's a big miss. And Daley goes outside on the 3. Carries just the right side. Fuller with a 10, so that's a rather disappointing 45 half for him. And Daley with a 9, so he's at 45 through 5. So as we make the turn for home, 5 boxes to go for all 4 bowlers. The lead is 18 pins. Nate Lees and Josh Daley, 1,064. John Winchell and Brian Fuller Jr., 1,046. And away we go. And Nate with only 3 on that sphere fill. So the lead doesn't budge that much, only 21 pins. As Winchell a little full, but he's got the check mark on the right. Nate took out just the 3, 5, and 9 on his first ball. And a little thin. A piece of wood slid right over there. Hit the 6, but it didn't fall. John with a big opportunity. A little fuller than he wanted. Just a little bit lighter, and that back pin would have carried. And Nate unlucky there. Clips the wood on the way by and gets just the front one. 62 through 6. And John with a 10. So he gets 1 back through boxes completed. He's at 60 through 6. Nate is at 62. The lead is 20. And Nate misses right. Got the 4 horsemen again on the left side. Seen that quite a bit tonight, along with the aforementioned diamond. And a spread eagle for John Winchell. I think that might only be like the 2nd or 3rd true spread eagle we've seen tonight. As Nate tugs out just the 2. Is going for it. What a bid. I think he cut the 3 between the 2 and the 4. Goes off the wall and gets the 7. Cut that a little too good. Nate goes back in the hole for a 7 box and a 69. Fill in the blanks as you will. And John with a 9. He's also at 69 through 7. But he chopped 2 more pins off. The lead is 18. As Nate off to the left, drops 7. The head pin does fall, but I don't think he wanted to. He's got the 6, 7, and 10. And John drops 6. He's got the 1, 3, 6, and the 9. Nate's gonna try to look like he was trying to bounce the ball off the cap. Have the wood take the 2 on the right and the ball jump over to the 7. But he carries just the right side. John looking at the 1, 3, 6, and 9, and he can't take advantage of a spare leave. And Mago the 9 box. He sits at 78 through 8. He's a couple of big pins here for John. And he also gets a 9. So both the bowlers are sitting at 78 through 8. No change in the spread. As we are still at 18. Yeah. 7 boxes to go. Oh, what a ball by Nate Lees. Striking the 9th. That was a no-doubter. That went down. That strike went down about as fast as it could possibly go. Some of us call that a Kucha, dubbed after the late Mike Kucha, because I guess he had a tendency to completely clear the deck with strikes when he bowled in his day. And John with a second try on that leave and missed. Mike was a South Shore guy, Bob. He was one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Yeah. He unfortunately passed. Forget what year it was. I forget whether it was like 2018, 2019. I want to say it was cancer, but I don't remember exactly. He wasn't that old. I think he was in his 50s, late 50s. And Nate with a big ball here. He'll get this back in the 20s. And he's got it! Double strike for Nate Lees. What a way to finish the string. And John's got the cluster of 6 there on the right. And this time it looks like he does have the frozen wood on the 5. And, oh, you got to be kidding me. Everything but the 10 pin. This is just has not been their night. Seems like every time the champs have gotten anywhere close to taking the lead back, Nate and Josh have found a way to put a couple of marks together. So Nate sits at 108 with 2 big strikes to fill with a couple of big balls here. This could just about put it away. And he goes right through the middle. So it's the 3, 6, 10 on the right, 2, 4, and 8 on the left. That puts him at 102 through 9. And oh, not quite what he wanted. That's a 5 fill on the strike. So that puts him at 117 to finish for a 5-string total of 654. So with that big double strike, Nate bumped the lead up to 38 pins. Fuller's got some work to do, but not being able to fill the strike there, the double strike there, makes it a little bit more manageable. Nate finishes with a spectacular 654. So Yankerman come back up to finish. finish this up. Daley's got the 4 horsemen on the right. Fuller needs marks and quickly, and that's a good way to start. Strike in the 6th. And Daley with a match. Daley answers with a spare in the 6th. Regardless of what Brian Fuller Jr. does, if Josh keeps putting marks up, it's not going to make one bit of difference. And Daley bounces it. Hits the object pin with it this time. He drops 8. And Fuller leaves the clearing on the left. Josh looking at the 7 and the 9. A couple pieces over there on the right. He clips the cap. Gets just the 9 pin. And Fuller misses left. And 7 pin falls late. So 9 fill on the strike. And he gets a 10. Josh also with a 10. So Fuller sits at 74 through 7. Daley 73. Brian Fuller Jr. is running out of boxes. The lead is 37. He only picked up 1 pin in those 2 boxes. And Daley with a split. 3, 6, 7, 10. And Fuller with the 2, 5, 7, and 8 left. Daley takes out just 2. He's got a nice piece of wood. 10 pin falls late. Fuller with the 2, 5, 7, and 8. Had a piece of wood in back there, angled perfectly to cover the back 2. He's got it. So Daley with the 10. Fuller 80 with the spare, sits at 84 and a ball. So the lead is down to 37. I would think we're in double strike territory at this point. Well, regardless, Fuller cannot have another open box. Daley's got the check mark on the left with a piece of wood wandering over. Fuller with the splash ball. Can't get the split to break up. He's got the 4, 7, and 10. Daley goes high on the wood. Leaves just 2. Fuller. Oh, carries everything but the 7. Daley with an 8. Fuller with a 10. So Fuller's at 101 through 9. Daley 91 through 9. And that's pretty much it. I mean, Daley just needs 3 pins on this ball to make it official, even if Fuller throws the triple. And what a way to clinch the match. Daley leaves the sprayed eagle, but that's going to do it. The champs have been dethroned. As Fuller is staring at the 5, 7. Daley chops out just the 6. And Fuller's going to end it in style with the 5, 7 pickup. And Daley with the 6 box, but it's not going to matter. He ends with a 97. A very uncharacteristic 529 for Josh Daley, but his partner definitely carried him tonight. As Fuller ends with a 6 drop. Fuller with a 6 fill for his 117 and a 5-string total of 570. So the final score. The scoring pace slowed down a little bit in the last string, but that's it. The final score. And yep. Yeah, that's right. They did tie the last string 214 apiece. And it looks like I would say that even though they didn't fill it very well, the double strike was more or less the difference there from Nate at the end. So the final score, Nate Lees and Josh Daley, 1183. John Winchell and Brian Fuller Jr., 1165. So, Bob, your final thoughts before we sign off?
It was one of the highest scoring matches we've ever seen through the first 2.5, and things slowed down. But after 5 unbelievable wins, the champions, Brian Fuller Jr. and John Winchell, go down. Congratulations to Josh Daley and Nate Lees. That 654 from Nate Lees was obviously our highlight, and that double in the ninth put it away.
Yeah. Nate had the Nate was the high man for the night by a long shot. Yeah, I mean, Josh didn't like the fact that I mentioned it, but it's true. I mean, sometimes in a team match, you're gonna have one member of the team that's having an off night, and you can still win if the rest of the team picks you up. And Nate, without a doubt, picked up his partner tonight. So that is it for us tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in the special Friday night edition of the Money Match. For Bob Lee, I'm Justin Scaii signing off from Exeter Lanes. We definitely have not seen the last of the